going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to Nick Wright own words destroy LeBron's legacy argument while he praises Michael Jordan. Chat, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. And y'all know, Nick Wright. You know what? I ain't gonna lie, his name is just like a tongue twister. Nick Wright. I don't know, bro. But with that being said, though, listen, chat. This was highly anticipated, bro. And that guy, Nick Wright, is the biggest LeBron Glazer of all time, bro. So, with that being said, this is going to be interesting, man. So, let's get straight into the video. If you guys are new to my channel and enjoy this type of content, man, hit that subscribe button, man. Join the crew. But, hey, let's get straight to it. Yes, sir.
About to cook and expose Nick Wright like I've never exposed Nick Wright before. And to tell you the truth, he's going to help me with it. He's going to help to expose himself.
Damn!
106 Nick Wright is on his show with Chris Broussard, and they're talking about how the NBA season ended. And there was like 160 players that did not play, or whatever the number is. He mentions it in a clip, which you're going to listen to. And he says that the NBA has become a joke. Even if the standings are decided, the players are sitting and teams are keeping.
A lot of y'all down below feel the NBA has become a joke too, though. That's insane.
Players out and all that kind of stuff. And he gives a story from his past when his mother bought him tickets to a final season game when he went to New York when the Chicago Bulls played the New York Knicks in the 82nd game of the NBA season. And then when he went into the game, he watched the game. Michael Jordan played 38 minutes, and Patrick Ewing played 40 minutes in that final NBA regular season game.
Okay.
Even though the standings of both teams were decided, this game didn't count for anything.
And they could have got injured, Rob, by the way. That's the last game of the season. Doesn't matter, bro. You could have got injured toward ACL, whatever, like TCL, BCL, knee CL, you know what I'm saying? Any ACL, you feel me? You could have tore anything, bro, playing a game. So
it was not going to be changing anything in the standings. Nothing. The Knicks were already set as first. The Chicago Bulls were set as second. And he gives that example. He gives that story. And he says the league changed so much and the players don't play and all that kind of stuff. And it's so amazing that I had the time to go and do my research and find stuff on him, on LeBron James, on his favorite player that exposes this so much. And I'm going to show you those statistics, but I want you to listen to Nick Wright first. And then when I tell you the stats that I came up with for LeBron James, your jaw is going to drop.
Okay.
Listen to Nick Wright.
Okay.
So, yet, despite that, growing up, more than the Chiefs, more than the Royals, more than football or baseball, my favorite sport was the NBA.
Okay.
And I think it was because of a moment I had when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
When my mom told me, I think it's like my big Christmas present or something, that she was taking me to New York to see Michael Jordan take on the New York Knicks.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
In the final game of that regular season. And when I have told this story in the past, in my mind, that game was deciding who had home court advantage.
Okay.
But I fact-checked my own memory. Here were the Eastern Conference standings going in to game 82 of that season. What you will see is the Bulls were totally locked in 2, and the Knicks were totally locked in 1. And even for finals purposes, that game meant nothing. And Patrick Ewing played 40 minutes, and Michael Jordan played 38 for the 2-time defending champions.
Okay.
And I, an 8-year-old boy from the Midwest, fell in love with professional basketball. And what happened this weekend is a farce. And it's a joke. And
chat, how many of y'all went to an NBA game, you watched Michael Jordan play? Let me know down below, man. If y'all experienced that, bro, props to y'all, because that's insane, bro.
All of the stakeholders, owners, commissioner, players, all need to come together and recognize This doesn't happen in any other sport, and this is fraying away at the credibility of the league. And it is fraying away at future fans at a time when the youth attention economy is harder to come by than ever before. And everyone's got to do better on it. And so, again, I don't want to be super...
No one's watching basketball games, at least Gen Z and Gen Alpha, all the new gens, they're not going to watch, basketball if their favorite player is not playing. If he's sitting out, bro, they're skipping that. They're not even going to watch, bro. I promise you guys. Like, if Anthony Edwards isn't playing and, a person's not from Minnesota and they're a big Anthony Edwards fan, they're not going to watch Minnesota if Anthony Edwards isn't playing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy about the playoffs. But this really, really irritated me that this is how the season came to a whimpering end.
No, I agree with a lot of what you said. That's a great story. It does happen in football. That last game, if you're already in, that's why adding an 18th game, we know it's just for money, but why? Because the stars aren't playing if you're already in the playoffs. But it's not just this weekend, though. It's like the entire season, all right? And the reason 168 guys were out with either injury or rest, let's just call it what it wasn't just the teams that are about to go on a long, hopefully for them, long playoff run. It was the tankers, too. Some of the tankers.
Yes.
Some of those where you...
Why? Prove yourself. Why, bro?
Still in a fight for the worst record. Some of those teams sat guys. Utah, who got blasted by the Lakers yesterday, I'm convinced they would have sent Danny Ainge out to start point with his son Austin at the 2 if it meant losing to the Lakers. I mean, they were going to lose that game no matter what.
So you heard these incredibly smart NBA analysts, especially Nick Wright, incredibly smart, intelligent man, definitely not biased. Talk about what happened during the weekend and all the players being out and players from teams that were still competing for positioning, players that were tanking from teams that were tanking and other players, and that it was just a farce and a joke and it's so unprofessional, it shouldn't happen and all that. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, with the tanking chat, I don't know why teams do that, bro. Like, y'all want the best player from the draft. I understand, build a franchise with them. Like, I understand, but, like, bro, y'all all trying to tank. It's like more than 2 of them, bro. It's like 5.
Let me get to what I found out. I took me some time, went through every single season of LeBron James' last game since 2011. That is 15 years since he played his first season for the Miami Heat. I went through every single season, looked at every single season's last game of the season to see if LeBron James played that game. And I'm going to give you some details that are going to be pretty surprising to you. But this is only done because Nick's favorite player is LeBron James. He's criticizing teams now. He's criticizing other players.
Okay.
We'll never criticize LeBron James for any of this garbage because LeBron James played last night. 17 minutes or whatever he played, but he played. So let me go game by game, season by season, since 2011, exposing Nick's hypocrisy.
I have a feeling it's going to be bad.
Because he never attacked LeBron James for this. And what LeBron James has been doing for the last 15 years, that is unprofessional. In contrast to what Michael Jordan did in that story that Nick Wright just told, LeBron James not even being able to sniff the greatest player of all time for what he's doing and how he's behaving and how he's being an example for other players. Who do you think young players look at as an example for them to be like, to emulate?
That's facts. They look at the best players, bro, the big dogs.
Who do you think they look at? LeBron James been the face of the league for the last 20 or so freaking years. NBA teams look at him. Young players coming in look at him. And he's a shining example of what you should be doing. And this shows perfectly why NBA teams and NBA players are doing what they're doing. Let's start with 2011 Miami Heat.
Okay.
Last game at Toronto. Guess what? LeBron James did not play. 2012 Miami Heat. Last game at the Washington Wizards. LeBron James did not play last 2 games. Not 1, 2. 2013 Miami Heat. Last game at home versus the Magic. Guess what? LeBron James did not play the last 2 games.
Bro, every time he's not playing?
2014 Miami Heat. Last game versus the 76ers at home. LeBron James did not play. 2015 Cleveland Cavaliers. Last game versus the Washington Wizards. Guess what? LeBron James did not play. 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. Last game versus the Detroit Pistons. Guess what? LeBron James did not play. 2017 Cavs. Last game versus Toronto. Guess what?
Bro, all those games, bro, he did not play. All those games.
LeBron James did not play the last 2 games. That is already 6 straight freaking seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7 now. 2018 Cavs. Last game versus the Knicks. What? LeBron James played 10 minutes. 2019 Lakers.
So you're just playing a little bit now. Okay. Bro, this is insane.
His last game versus the Portland Trailblazers. Guess what? LeBron James did not play. 2020 Lakers. Last game versus Sacramento. LeBron played 14 minutes. It was a shortened COVID season. He might have not expected that the season is ending sooner, and he might have found out mid-game. I don't know. 2021 Lakers. Last game versus the Warriors. LeBron James played 34 minutes. What happened? I don't know. 2022 Lakers. Last game at Denver. LeBron James did not play. 2023 Lakers. Last game was the play-in game. LeBron had to play. 2024 Lakers. Last game was the play-in game. And LeBron James, again, he had to play. And 2025 Lakers. Last game at Portland. Guess what? LeBron James did not play.
Wow.
So we got...
Bro, that's a lot of just not playing, bro. Load managing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of last 14 seasons. LeBron James did not play the last game or 2 of the last games of the season. Contrast that to the Michael Jordan story by Nick Wright. LeBron James was the example for the league and for the players for the last 20 or something years. Who are they emulating? They're not emulating.
Bro, I'm speechless right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Like, I'm genuinely speechless.
Emulating some 10th guy in the NBA. Everybody's looking at the top guy in the league. And Nick Wright will never call him out for it, so I did it for him. And I hope this video gets to Nick Wright. I hope he looks at this, and I hope he comments on it. Because it would be nice to see that when you're criticizing all these guys for not playing, and all these teams for not playing, why don't you criticize your guy? And you praised Michael Jordan. That just shows you the difference between Mike and LeBron James. And that's part of why most people don't have LeBron James as the GOAT. Let me know what you...
Bro, he went back to 2011 to now, bro. 15 years, bro. Who expected that, bro? And Nick Wright literally walked himself into that too, bro. I'm speechless, bro. But chat, this is the end of the video, man. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.